dilute him, not because he is better, but because he is being prepared. A man cannot be rebuilt until he first becomes aware that he is broken. This is where the Stoics align with Scripture.
January 8th,
no man becomes wise by accident.
Day 8 of the 100 push-up, 100 squat progressive challenge for a year.
Punishment. It is the classroom of God.
Let's go.
Your pain is a teacher. Your mistakes are tutors. Your loneliness is a divine advisor. And your future self stands at the end of all of it, waiting for you to choose discipline over desire, clarity over chaos, God over everything. You may think you failed too much. You may think God has pulled away. You may think your potential has been swallowed by your past. But hear this clearly. A man God refuses to lose is never defined by where he broke, only by where he rose. Heaven does not invest in what it plans to abandon. And the evidence that God still has his hand on you is simple. You can still feel the pull. That quiet inner stirring, that uncomfortable awareness that you're made for something higher, that holy dissatisfaction with mediocrity, that refusal to settle for who you were yesterday. This is not your ambition. This is not your ego. This is not your imagination. This is God saying, stand up. I am not finished with you yet. The world does not understand this kind of man. The world sees him fall and assumes he is done. People watch him struggle and assume God has left him. But what they cannot see is the covenant God made with him in the moments that broke him open. Some men are chosen for ordinary lives. But a few, a very small few, are chosen battles that never seem to quiet. But this is what you must understand. When God refuses to lose a man, he places him under a different training. Not the world's training, but heaven's. This kind of man is confronted by his own weakness early. He is forced to see it, name it, wrestle with it. He is not allowed to pretend. He is not allowed to hide behind excuses. He is not allowed to drift in mediocrity. Other men get away with more, but he does not. Not because God is stricter, but because God sees more in him. The Stoics once wrote, "The greatest burden belongs to the man destined to carry more." And Scripture echoes the same truth. To whom much is given, much will be required. This is why your life has never matched the simplicity of others. This is why God shuts certain doors. It rises when you try to numb yourself. It whispers when you attempt to forget who you could be. It returns even after your worst mistakes. It is the signature of God, his imprint, his claim over your destiny. And it is proof God has not released you. But here is a deeper truth, one most men never want to face. God fights for you because he intends to fight through you. Your story is not just about your survival. It is about the men who will one day rise because you rose first. The people who will one day be strengthened because you chose discipline. The family that will one day walk in peace because you learned self-control. The generation that will be protected because you confronted your demons instead of passing them down. God invests in you because your life is not designed to end with you. This is why your battles have been hard. This is why your temptations have been fierce. This is why your calling feels demanding. This is why your heart feels heavy with responsibilities. This is where transformation begins. Not in grand victories, not in dramatic moments, but in small, consistent battles fought when no one is watching. The man God refuses to lose learns discipline not as punishment, but as the structure that protects his purpose. He learns silence not as emptiness, but as the furnace where clarity is forged. He learns discomfort, not as suffering, but as the training ground of his spirit.
75
This inner
push-up.
war is the birthplace of the man he is becoming, and he understands something most men never grasp. God does not fight the battle for him. God fights the battle with him. Not by removing temptation, but by strengthening the one who resists it. Not by silencing fear, but by teaching him to walk through it. Not by eliminating weakness, but by revealing how to overcome it. Here, in this quiet war of the soul, the man God refuses to lose earns the right to stand, to lead, to endure, to rise. Because a man cannot be a threat to darkness if he cannot first conquer the darkness within himself. And this inner victory is not a moment, it is a lifestyle, a rhythm, a covenant. A man God refuses to lose chooses the harder road every day on purpose. Every man who rises with God rises by principle, not preference. He understands that destiny is not shaped by emotion, impulse, or convenience, but by the laws he chooses to live under.
75 squat.
The man God refuses to laws rises slowly, quietly, but with a stability that hell cannot shake and a purpose that time cannot erase. Transformation is not a moment. It is not a rush of emotion. It is not a single breakthrough. It is a long, quiet, relentless death of the old self and the steady rise of a new man forged under God's hand. Every man God transforms must first walk through a valley where illusions die, where pride is shattered, where hidden weaknesses surface, and where the truth about himself is finally revealed. This is where transformation begins. The death of the former man before God builds, he breaks. Before he strengthens, he exposes. Before he promotes, he humbles. The man you used to be, the man addicted to comfort, the man enslaved to impulse, the man driven by validation, the man who hid behind excuses he cannot enter the life God has prepared. So God leads him to a quiet battlefield inside himself. He confronts his temptations. He wrestles with his emptiness. He faces his undisciplined nature with brutal honesty. And eventually he lets the old man die. Not through guilt, not through shame, but through choice. Because he has realized the man he used to be was never strong enough to carry the future God planned. The rebuilding of identity. When the old man falls, God begins to rebuild the new one. Slowly, deliberately, with purpose in every chisel strike to the soul. A new identity rises, not shaped by trauma, not shaped by desires, not shaped by culture, but shaped by